One of the ways that we try to help people remember how to think about cybersecurity is using the acronym CHOO, which stands for criminal activity, for hacking activity, for espionage, and for war. This gives you a sense of the spectrum of problems or threats that we face in cyberspace. So as individuals think about their own personal activity in cyberspace, I think there are at least three very specific things that people need to do. One, they need to have a password that's strong, which means it has to be at least 8 to 16 characters. It has to have an upper and a lowercase letter. It needs to have a number, and it needs to have an icon somewhere in that particular password. Secondly, you need to maintain your firewalls, and that means not just buy a firewall, it means keep it updated on a regular basis. And the third is to not use the same password for all of your different accounts that you access off of your personal computer, so that those aren't easily broken into, because once you know the password to the personal computer, you can go on from there to every single account on that particular computer.
Well, we've been talking about cyber espionage and cyber crime. They're very big business. Cyber espionage is going on an industrial scale. Mainly governments like China and Russia hacking into American companies, stealing our secrets, stealing our research. And it makes it very, very difficult for American companies to compete when American companies, and those of us who are stockholders, our money gets used to pay for the research, and then the Chinese get the research for nothing. It's a real problem. I think that the real question about the government surveillance is, look, we all want to prevent terrorism, and we want the government to have the tools to do that. But we want to do it in a way that doesn't allow for potential abuse by the government. We've got a great government now, but maybe someday in the future we'll have a government that does abuse it. And so we have to have better safeguards than we do, and we have to ask, does the government really need to know about every time any one of us picks up a telephone? And does that information have to be stored forever on government computers? So I think we need to improve the system of safeguards and checks and balances. People don't understand that cyber war is not about ones and zeros killing each other in the ether somewhere. Cyber war is about nations blowing things up in the real world, not with bombs and bullets, but with bits and bytes. And we know that can be done. We know that the US can do it. But more importantly, we know others can do it to us, and we don't have a good defense.